his journey, and won his wish. He came home, and at once causing the parrot he brought to him, questioned her concerning the conduct of his consort whilst he was in foreign parts. Quoth she, Thy wife hath a man friend who passed every night with her during thine absence. Thereupon the husband went to his wife in a violent rage, and bashed her with a bashing severe enough to satisfy anybody. The woman, suspecting that one of the slave girls had been tattling to the master, called them together and questioned them upon their oaths, when all swore that they had kept the secret, but that the parrot had not, adding, and we heard her with our own ears. Upon this the woman bade one of the girls to set a hand-mill under the cage, and grind therewith, and a second to sprinkle water through the cage roof, and a third to run about right and left, flashing a mirror of bright steel through the livelong night. Next morning, when the husband returned home after being entertained by one of his friends, he bade bring the parrot before him, and asked what had taken place whilst he was away. Pardon me, O my master, quoth the bird. I could neither hear nor see aught by reason of the exceeding murk, and the thunder and lightning which lasted throughout the night. As it happened to be the summer tide, the master was astounded and cried, But we are now in mid-Tammuz, and this is not the time for rains and storms. Ay, by Allah, rejoined the bird, I saw with these eyes what my tongue hath told thee. Upon this the man, not knowing the case, nor smoking the plot, waxed exceeding wroth, and holding that his wife had been wrongously accused, put forth his hand, and pulling the parrot from her cage, dashed her upon the ground with such force that he killed her on the spot. Some days afterwards, one of his slave girls confessed to him the whole truth. Yet would he not believe it till he saw the young Turk, his wife's lover, coming out of her chamber, when he bared his blade, and slew him by a blow on the back of the neck. And he did the same by the adulteress. And thus the twain, laden with mortal sin, went straightways to eternal fire. Then the merchant knew that the parrot had told him the truth, and that all she had seen, and he mourned grievously for her loss. When mourning availed him not, the minister, hearing the words of King